Good afternoon, everyone. Hello, and welcome to Women Behind the Business. This is our series where we get to know the incredible women behind the brands, the businesses, and the stories inside Women in Business Australia connect, promote, and grow. So today I'm joined by the beautiful Dr. Kana Taheri. Kana is a medical doctor turned NLP and emotional wellness coach. Through her work at ATA, which was Authentic Training Awareness Victoria Group. She supports high functioning women who may appear strong on the outside, but are often carrying overwhelm, self doubt, emotional exhaustion, and patterns that are no longer serving them. And her work is centered around helping women reconnect with themselves, rebuild that self worth, create healthier boundaries, and really move from that survival mode into confidence, clarity, and emotional freedom. So today is not just about the work that Kana does, it's about the woman behind the brand. So, Kana, thank you so much for being here. I'm really forward to this conversation with you.
Thank you so much, Jade, for having me here. I'm really, really happy to be here and share as much as I can today.
Beautiful. Well, let's get into it. So, but our first question is let's start with you. Who is Kana behind the business and all the roles that you actually hold?
Hmm.
Mhm.
So that's a lovely question. So beyond business, I'm simply Kana. So I love nature. I love to go for walks in nature. I don't do hiking and all those heavy activities, but I love to be in nature.
Mm.
I love to go for walks. I love to be present in the moment. Like if I'm going for walks, I like to pause and stop and look at how the sky looks that morning or evening. I like to talk to the birds that comes to my garden. It might sound weird, but I love talking to them. And I'm always connecting myself with nature, and that gives me so much peace and pleasure.
Mm.
And I love to meditate. I meditate in the morning and evening. And I love to start my day with a amazing cup of green tea. So I have my green tea here as well. So
Great.
I love my green tea.
It's a
And
big
I'm
cup
absolute
too.
yes.
Love it.
And I'm absolutely grateful to have a very supportive husband in my life who's always had my back with everything that I do.
It's
So
so good
that's
having a
about me.
supportive partner, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. And beautiful, like just being in nature, it's so grounding. And I know that myself, like, if I'm feeling overwhelmed or anything, and you just have to get out of the house, and it's just like my go-to is to go somewhere where there's water. And
Ah, right.
it grounds me, and I could sit there for hours just watching and just being near it. So I totally get that. Being out in nature is really beautiful, and you are connecting to that moment.
Yes.
I love that. So you started your career as a medical doctor. What actually led you into NLP and emotional wellness coaching?
So I've always known since I was a kid that I wanted to be a doctor. So I remember when I was 7, my teacher in my class, she asked me, kind of, what do you want to be when you grow up? What's your ambition? I said, I want to be a doctor. I said, why? I said, so that I get to help people. So medicine actually gave me the privilege to help people heal
Mm.
by treating their bodies. But I realized healing is not just about treating the physical body. And then I saw many people suffering differently. They had childhood wounds, relationship struggles, they carried grief or stress or heartbreak.
Yeah.
And I experienced that myself. So I went to NLP actually to help myself to go through a challenge that I was experiencing. And NLP helped me to come out of that specific challenge. And that changed my life. And I realized that I was able to help people by being there, listening to them, understanding them better than just healing their physical wound.
Mm.
So this made a difference in myself, and I thought that, okay, I should get into NLP and help people by coaching them with the NLP method.
Yeah.
And now I feel like I'm supporting the whole person and not just dealing with symptoms alone.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. And what a beautiful transition. So, what was happening in your own life that made you realize that this was the work that you were being called to do?
So I had a lot of challenges in my life. My own journey was pretty heavy. So I lost both my parents, and
Mm,
then I lost pregnancies, many of them. And then I had lost dreams, like most people, and people who I thought will always be a part of my life. So
mm,
I had a lot of losses, and all of that packed up turned into a grief that was just preventing me from moving forward. But I
mm,
always had this drive in me. This is not it. I have to keep moving forward. So that drive made me break out from that place that I felt stuck. And I realized I had two choices. Either I give up on life or I use all these experiences that I gained from the challenges that I went through and use that as a tool to guide people like me who had no one to guide them.
yeah.
So that's where this transformation happened for me.
Mm. And yeah, it's just beautiful that you were able to follow that dream and have that ambition after, going through such a really hard time, like losing both your parents and, the miscarriages that you face. Like there's so much loss and grief and sadness that you would hold, and being able to turn that pain into passion. And you can really see how that comes through and everything that you're doing. And yeah, just it pulls on the heartstrings, right?
Yes,
We've
it
all,
does.
we've all been through some kind of loss, and just be able to turn that pain into purpose is just, yeah, it's just such a tremendous, way of life where, there's a lot of people that stay stuck in that all of their lives. They don't know how to get out of it. So the work that you're doing is incredible.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, just speaking on that, you support women who often look like they have it all together, but they're quietly struggling underneath. So what do you see women carrying most often?
So I think women are not actually, it's not the stress. They're carrying an invisible weight, not because life is particularly harder for them, but because they become so used to carrying everyone else's needs. They come last. It's like my kids first, my spouse first, my parents first, especially millennial women, they have to tend to their kids as well as their parents nowadays.
Mm,
So where's the time for yourself? And then there are needs in their workspace. So the pressure to keep it all together, that's where I see it. I've met incredible women, wives, mothers, professional business women. Everyone thinks they're doing amazing, but they're actually struggling behind closed doors. I've gone through this myself. I've had patients before asking me, "Doc, you look great. You're always smiling. Your life must be great." I'm like, "Yeah, sure." Yeah, thank you very much, you
yeah.
know. So I've had that experiences as well. Um, Even when I was going through my losses, my mind was always going to like, no, someone else has a bigger challenge. I have to be there for them.
Mm,
Don't be sorry for yourself. It's not about being sorry for yourself. It's just taking a moment for yourself to
yeah.
pause, to breathe. A lot of us forgot how to breathe, just holding on tight that you don't take a deep breath in even.
Mm,
So they carry this invisible weight within themselves.
mm. And that invisible, like just being able to pause and breathe, like you suggested, is just, when we give, we don't leave anything for ourselves. And,
Yeah, true.
sometimes we don't even realize doing that. I actually spent years giving to everybody else, and I didn't even know who I was. Like,
Exactly.
who was I? And it's like you start looking in the mirror and you go, well, who is that face looking back at me? What happened to her?
True.
Like,
True,
yeah.
very true. These
Yeah.
are the things that I hear from my clients as well. It's like I'm tired. I don't know who am I anymore.
Mm,
I'm mommy. I'm wife. Who am I? The career that they carry. A lot of these things on their shoulders. They don't recognize that little girl in them. She's screaming, "Hey, you
mm,
forgot me!" She's screaming. So I think the strongest women are often the ones carrying the most because everyone assumes that they'll be okay.
yeah. Yeah. And yeah, it doesn't always end up like that, does it?
Nope, it isn't.
No. So, you've spoken about your grief, loss,
Yeah.
uncertainty, and rebuilding. So how have those experiences shaped the way that you now hold space for those other women?
So the thing is, I think pain changes the way you listen to people.
Mm,
Um, Before my own experiences, I probably wanted to solve everything. It's like, hey, there's a solution, there's a solution. This is what I learned, and this is what I can apply. But now I don't coach from textbooks anymore. I don't coach from textbooks. I coach from life
mm,
because the experiences, um, they were heavy and I experienced a lot, and there were moments I even questioned everything. I would never wish that upon anyone. But those experiences taught me a lot. They taught me compassion in a way that no qualification could ever teach me.
mm,
So today, when a woman sits in front of me, I don't just hear her words. I feel her pain. I understand what she's going through and what are her challenges. And sometimes that's exactly what someone needs, not advice, but someone who truly understands and who will walk by their side and guide them
yeah.
without judgment.
Yeah, yeah, that's beautiful. And, I think that's one of the biggest things is to make those people feel seen and heard
Yes.
and understood, and the relationships that come from that. You can
Yeah,
understand their pain when you can actually put yourself in other people's shoes and feel that intensely.
true.
Your magic will come through, and you just know that you're that right person to be able to help them shift and move through that.
Yeah, like I said, that little girl down there, she's screaming because there's like after school there was career, and then there were relationship, there were heartbreaks, and then there were different challenges, financial challenges, and then so many things happen, and
Mm,
she's been hiding deep down inside. She just wants to come out and feel good. If you
yeah.
go back when we were little girls, life felt better, life felt good, you
Not
know?
easy.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's about finding that little girl again.
Mm. And I think we forget that. And like when I think about it, I'm 44, and I'm I don't feel like a day over 20. My body might, but
Yes, I
mentally it's
understand.
like, well, hold on, where is that little girl? But I think we forget to have fun.
Yes,
We
yes,
get so busy being a mum, a business owner, a wife, everything to everyone, that we forget about, when was the last time you had fun? I can't
yeah,
remember.
yeah.
Yeah, but it gets like that, right? And
True, true.
yeah, we really got to be
I
kind to
totally
that
can
little
relate to
girl.
that. Yes, she
Yeah,
she needs, because we will never be this harsh or this mean to our kids. We'll never
yeah.
be we'll never tell them just do, don't take a break, don't play, there's no fun, just work. We'll never tell our kids or some young children to behave that way. But why are we like that to ourselves?
Mm, great question to sit there and ask yourself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got a question which is probably at a good time. So, what if that little girl is full of trauma?
So she needs support, she needs guidance, she needs to um, get help. She should
Mm,
feel okay. Because when we're young, we don't think twice to ask for support or help from an adult. It's like, I can't open this bag. Hey, can you help me open this bag? I can't cut this paper. Here's the scissors. Can you help me cut this paper for me? So we never thought twice about asking for help. But as
mm,
we grew older, we hold back. It's like, you got to figure it out. Be an adult, grow up. All these voices comes to our head, and that girl becomes really small and tiny, and she loses her voice.
mm,
And then you become this version of yourself that you don't recognize anymore. And you're longing to go back to that little girl because she's familiar. She was safe. Life was easy, as you said, you know? So she didn't have actually trouble to ask for help. But as adults, we do.
mm,
So I think somewhere along the line, women became who everyone else wanted them to be. So they have voices, their mom's voice, their dad's voice, the voices of their co-workers, the superiors. Everyone else's voice is there, but where's her voice? What does
mm,
she want? You know, she got so many labels: the dependable one, the strong one, the fixer, the one who keeps the peace. You know, but who is she underneath all those layers,
mm,
underneath all those roles? So that's where, with the work that I do, I make people come home to themselves,
mm.
to look for that little girl, because she's
Yeah.
there.
She is definitely there. And I think,
Yeah.
with that question that Fiona asked, I know Fiona personally and I know what she's been through. So her childhood wasn't easy. So
Hmm.
it's, and we could spend a lot of time on this, but I
Yeah.
think that's probably more of a personal conversation.
Yeah.
But I still get things were easy when we were kids, and
Yeah.
it felt easy to ask for help. And it might be, can you open this bag? Can you open this jar? Yeah, just
Hmm.
those little things. Whereas, yeah, as adults, we stop asking for help.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
lose our voice at times. So yeah, it makes total sense.
Yeah.
You say healing is, not about becoming someone new, it's about
Hmm.
coming home to yourself. So, what does that
Hmm.
mean to you personally?
So, like I mentioned earlier, women have a lot of voices in their head that's
Mm,
not theirs, and they don't even realize it. Like, they go on doing things a certain way because their mom did it. Their mom did that because their grandma did it. And they're doing it, they don't know why they're doing it in a certain way because that's not their voice. Like some women, like I can just give an example of my mom. She used to wake up 4:30 or 5 in the morning every single day. She had to wake up before sunrise.
mm,
Why? Because her mom did that, and her dad made sure all the girls should be up before sunrise. That was a cultural thing for her.
right.
So I carried that for a while, and then it's like, no, there are good days I want to sleep in, you know? So that was a voice that I had to stop listening to, and I had to break that pattern. So a lot of pattern breaking needs to be done. And we're doing things not even without even realizing it. So eventually women forget who they truly are. So not coming home to yourself means remembering the woman that you are without all these voices,
Mhm,
without all these expectations, not a mom, not a wife, not anything else. You as a person. So it's simply allowing yourself to become yourself again.
mhm. And how often is it that, I've met so many women, and the way that they introduce themselves is, you know, well, I'm a mum, I'm this, I'm that, I'm that, I'm that, but they never once say, I'm a woman. I am myself, like I'm Jade. They
Yeah,
never
yeah.
never say that because they forget about it.
Correct.
Yeah.
So if I were to ask a group of women to list 10 things or 10 people they love in their life, they will list my kids. First thing, my kids, my pets, my husband, my parents. It's like most of the time you will never find their name in the list.
Mm,
They will never mention themselves. I was like, what about you? Oh, I need to be in the list as well? So of course, you matter.
mm,
And they assume that they love themselves, but they always put themselves last.
mm.
So this has been happening without even you realizing. It's become so normal.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So, what does survival mode look like for women? And what are some of the signs that, that they may have become disconnected from themselves?
Um, their nervous system is never calm. It's always on a switched on mode. They're always in a do. They don't get enough sleep. They don't do anything for themselves. They forget to take care of uh, anything about themselves, whether
Mm,
it's appearance, whether it's their favorite food, whether it's dressing up nicely. And somehow they have managed to reframe it that it's wrong to
mm,
care for themselves. You know, if you go and talk to a group of women, it's like, hey, those clothes look nice. It's just people who just want to show off. They like nice clothes. Why should I even spend money on that? It's just waste of money. Their mind goes in a way that it's wrong to do anything for yourself.
mm,
But you say, hey, get this for your kid. Amazing. That's beautiful. They'll spend so much.
mm. Yeah. And I wonder how many women are actually stuck in that survival mode. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's, I can resonate with that myself. Like, I know
Yeah.
what that feels like. So I totally get that. But so what is, building this business taught you about your own strength, identity, and self-worth?
Hmm. So when before starting a wellness coaching business, I didn't love myself enough.
Mm,
So I had to realize that I will only get the kind of love that I want in my life if I start giving that to myself. So that's the same thing with boundaries, with all of these things. I had to work on myself first.
mm,
So the business actually taught me that I'm far more resilient than what I realized. you know? So it's okay to work for someone and help another person and get paid every month. But
mm.
it's different looking for your own clients, working on helping them, making sure the business is running well as well. It's a lot of load there.
Yeah.
So business definitely stretched me in every possible way. It taught me patience, courage, and humility.
Mm,
I'm also reminded that the purpose of the business, this especially a wellness coaching business, it doesn't grow overnight. It takes time.
mm.
So it's built every time one person trusts you, then they trust you to share their story. That shows that this is why you created this business. It brings you back to your core purpose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah. And you sharing your story and, your why and why you got into that does it, that bit of vulnerability becomes that power for somebody else to
I
open.
hope so. I really hope
Yeah.
so. I share my stories, I share my posts and videos uh, in the hope that at least it helps one woman out there.
Mm, yeah,
And that's my goal.
that's right. Yeah. If it reaches someone who needs to see this today, then
Yeah,
yeah, the mission is won, right?
yeah, yeah.
So what are you most passionate about helping women understand right now?
Hmm. So mm, I want women to know that they don't have to wait until they're completely broken, or don't have to wait until they completely fall apart before they ask for help.
Mm,
Like, you never wait until your car uh, breaks down for you to take it to the repair shop. You don't wait until it stops before you fill up the car. When the light starts blinking, you know something's wrong.
mm.
You got to fill it up.
Got those warning
Lights,
signs, right? Yeah.
yeah, warning signs. You know you need help, so you take it to the repair shop. But why don't we do that for ourselves? When
Mm,
you get a really bad headache or you get a body ache somewhere. So our body is very smart. It knows how to give us signals.
mm,
When you get really bad neck pain, headache, lower back pain, you got to get this checked out. Yes, you get it checked out with the doctor, but you also need to sit back and review your life. Something's off there.
mm,
Something is stressing you out. Something is just overwhelming you. You need to pause and see, and you need to get help. You don't wait until you're completely broken down, completely fallen apart, then you seek for help. And that's my challenge actually with a lot of women. I see them struggling. I see that they need help, but they're like, stop. No, I can deal it. I can deal with
mm.
it myself. I'll manage.
And this is the part where, you want to save everyone, you want to help everyone, but not everyone is open to being helped.
Oh, yes. Yeah. So you cannot help people who don't want to help themselves.
Correct. Yeah.
So just a little message to women is just that you sometimes strength is not carrying and doing everything themselves. Is simply about saying, hey, I'm tired, I
Mm,
need support, and allowing someone to walk by your side and guide you.
absolutely. Yeah. That's a beautiful message that you've just shared there. Yeah. Before we wrap up, is there, you know, anything that you sort of want to say to the women that might be listening to this today, especially the women in business who we're sharing this with, right?
So for women who are struggling quietly, just don't make a mistake that survival means strength. Nobody's gonna come and give you an award for that. uh, Nobody's gonna give you a medal saying, hey, good job, you're struggling, you're surviving. So you, just because you've carried everything on your own doesn't mean that you were ever meant to do that in
Mm,
that way. So you don't need to earn a rest. You don't need to earn love. You don't need to earn respect. Um, and you don't even need to earn support. You can ask for help. You don't have to do everything on your own. And you just have to say, hey, I don't want to do this alone anymore.
mm,
I'm tired. And if anyone out there can resonate with this, I hope you know that you're not alone.
mm. And it's so important, right? It's you're not alone, and so many people think that they are, and they don't have to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, what a session. So we're going to wrap up now, but I'd
All
love
right.
for you to share with us, where you're located and how do people, connect with you.
So right now I'm always traveling, but at the moment here I'm in Victoria, Geelong. I work with women in different parts of the world, Middle East, Southeast Asia, and now Australia. Um, they can reach out to me on my website, www.drkanataheri.com, or on my Instagram, same thing, Dr. Kana Taheri. So here I think the name is written a bit wrongly, Tahere, but it's Taheri.
Or did I make? Oh, I apologize. I
No
apologize.
worries, no worries.
Whoops. Okay, see, I am human. I make mistakes too.
Yeah, of course.
Whoops,
And I'm
my
also
fault.
on Facebook under Kana Doc, Kana DOC. I have I conduct online coaching sessions. So I've got two programs that I'm really passionate about, and one is called the 12 Weeks Phoenix Healing Journey, and the other is Fly First Love Yourself, a 4 weeks program. So if you feel this resonates with you, you can reach out to me.
Beautiful. And I'll share all your links with the replay of this so people can
Thank
connect
you.
with you.
Thank you
So
so much.
I guess, Kana, thank you so much for sharing so openly today. What I really love about your story is that the reminder that so many women are carrying more than anyone can see, and that healing doesn't mean becoming a different person.
Mhm.
It can mean finding your way back to yourself. So I just want to thank you for the work that you do and the way that you hold space for women and for actually letting us get to know, the woman behind your brand. So for everyone watching, please go and connect with Kana, follow her work and reach out to her if her message has resonated with you at all. So, Kana, thank you so much for joining us for Women Behind the Business. It's been a pleasure to have you here today. And we will see you all again soon with another incredible women from Women Inside the Business, Behind the Business.
Yeah.
So, thank you, Kana.
Thank Thank you so much, Jade, for having me here. And it was a great pleasure to share all of this and to remind women that they're never alone. We're always there for each other.
I love that. Thank you, Kana.
Thank you. Bye bye.